Hello, everybody. We're gonna play Storyteller, a puzzle game where they give you a prompt, they tell you what the story is about, and you, using different panels, characters, sometimes props, have to piece out together how the story goes to fit the prompt. Sometimes there's multiple ways you can solve the story. Sometimes there's really only one way. It just depends on the prompt and the selection you're given. So, we start with our introduction. At the end of this book lies a crown. It is bestowed only to the finest storytellers of the realm. Every page is empty, save for a title. It is your duty to fill these pages with the most captivating tales. Complete this book and prove yourself worthy of the title Storyteller. Is this how isekais end up happening? Is that these artists, writers just write down a sentence prompt to each other? And they point and say, okay, make a story based on this. And so we get isekais. They come up with the title first, and then fit the rest of the story around that. Absolutely, by God, she's cracked the code. Here we go for Life and Death. Chapter 1. We begin with the love. Adam starts alone, finds love, and dies happy. We make a story with this, so we got one old Adam. He's sad, he's alone, but then he meets Eve. Hi, Eve. Oh, and they fall in love. And then he dies. Which means he's still happy in that state. Eve, however, she's pretty upset. She's not happy that Adam's died. If we tried to do this in the reverse order, then you can see with Eve being all sad and heartbroken, we wouldn't be able to have a happy ever after for Adam, because he then would be dead heartbroken. But it fits. Eve kinda thick though. Dude, don't pass on Adam either. Look at him. He's got great curves as well. That's what happens when you only wear leaves. Stop! They didn't know how to make clothes yet. All they knew how to do was just grab a bit of tree sap and stick leaves to themselves. He's got a frog butt. Eve dies heartbroken? Oh, what a shitty story. I know. Why is Adam gonna be the only one that dies happy? Eve gets to die heartbroken now. Because Adam and Eve, they fall in love, but then guess what? Adam freaking dies, dude. Which means it's just Eve now. And if she dies heartbroken, that means she's dead in the last scene. Adam, happy, Eve. She's gonna come back as a ghost as a result, 'cause she's gonna regret now. Seeing the ghost of a lover. I guess this is the only next logical step after Adam and Eve fall in love. One of them dies. This time we're killing Eve first. That way she can die happy this time. And so if we go back to the love scene, boom, guess what? Surprise, Adam. It's your freaking bride, but dead. Ghosts are real? Adam shouts, surprised. Then in the next panel, you see the case where he gets that ghost blowjob, though. Alright? Ghost blowjob. Woo. What have I returned home to? This, we're seeing some stories. Hi, Shrek's uncut 14-inch hog, and welcome. A ghost job. Because that's also totally a reference. Somebody drew a comic. I don't even remember who it was from. Just classic meme comic of guy getting a ghost blowjob, and he's just going, ghost blowjob, woo! Wait, it is Sunday, so we are good with these jokes. Yeah, it's Sunday, so we're clear, it's safe. Ghost blowjob deserves to be a moment. And that's the end of the chapter. So then we can move on to the next one with Broken Hearts. I check recovery. Time to claim your ghost blowjob page. I was here for the moment. A ghost blowjob, woo! A ghost blowjob was in the Ghostbusters. Oh, hell yeah. That's why everyone's nodding, going, oh, hell yeah, I relate. The fun doesn't have to end after death. A heartbreak is healed. Well, that means we're gonna have to start off with people being in love, huh? I'm gonna start off. We start off with Edgar and Lenore. They love each other. But then guess what? Edgar freaking dies. She's heartbroken. And then guess what? Then she falls in love with Isabel, who she should have been with the entire time. And a heartbreak is healed, but without any deaths. Okay, new challenge. How do we not kill somebody, but heal the heartbreak? Alright, check it out. So first we have Bernard and Edgar, who love each other. And then Lenora comes over and says, but I loved you. And then she realizes, no, Isabel. Now we can be in love. Boom. And so their heartbreak is healed without any deaths. Infidelity? No, it's not infidelity because someone died. That is just a widow situation there. And now we've got Ghost Job, redeemed for the person using the command to get a ghost job. I think I'm gonna reject that one, Shrek. Just of it being, kind of adult content-y, prefer maybe not an adult content-y command. It's funny. I maybe make comments about it, but I am gonna reject that, Shrek. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Maybe next time you can get an on-demand ghost job, alright? And Ozzy, hello, welcome. Well, it's okay. You don't need to apologize for that. For the moment comment. It's all good. If I can't have ass, then you can't have ghost blowjob. Ooh, slowly turning into an 18-up stream. The trick is that it always kind of was. What the heck? What are you people even talking about? Well, you're missing context here, Ozzy. The important previous story that we told. With the missing panel on it. See, where you're seeing the ghost of a lover? And you've got Eve, and you got Adam. And then you've got Adam's sad heartbreak, and then he sees his lover. Where you don't see the fourth panel, where Adam's, yeah, he's getting a ghost job, you know? We should save it for the OnlyFans stream. Yeah, the OnlyFans stream, that is too. Where you'd be able to get that sick ghost job command. Hell yeah. A heartbreak is healed. Second version? Now look at that. It's also putting together Lenore and Isabel, as it should be. So of course, in order to have a heartbreak, you have to have love first. So, romance between them. And then one of them freaking dies. But then she comes back, yay! And then the love is returned. The heartbreak has been healed. I didn't even know that site had going live features. I don't either. Does it? Does it actually? Do we add that version, Caco? This story is such a tearjerker. course, Leonora and Isabel, they fall in love, and then they die, and say it, and it cries. But then Isabel comes back, just suddenly God touching down. Life returned. Wait, is Isabel Jesus? This entire time? Huh? How about Ghost Job returns the message? We don't talk about ghost jobs here. It'd be funny, but it's too late. I've already rejected your command request. I should have asked you if you wanted something else first before I clicked the reject button, because now you got your points refunded and I can't recharge you for it. I'm sorry, Shrek. You've gotten scammed out of a command. She's a necromancer! Oh my god, imagine that your significant other is a necromancer. Lenora saying, "No, I can't have Isabel lost to me." Brings her back with her necromantic powers, and boom! Love blossoms again! Are you giving a ghost job? They want peace in the afterlife. No, they want more action. Come on. Scammed, bamboozled. How could this happen to me? I want ghost retirement. Will we get ghost retirement though, or are we just going to end up as working forever in the afterlife? We thought we were gonna finally catch a break, but now it's time for the ghost job. Everyone rejects Edgar. Everybody hates him. Okay, so how do we get everyone to reject Edgar? Well, first we need other people paired off together. Alright, so we've got maybe romance here. And so then Edgar goes and tries to say, "Hey, Lenora! Love!" And she says, "No, I'm with Bernard." And so he tries to move on and says, "Bernard, help out." And Bernard's like, no, I love Lenora." But then Bernard freaking dies. Lenora, sad, gets together with Isabel. And then Edgar's like, "Fine, I'll try Isabel." But Isabel has already been taken by Lenora, so then Edgar gets freaking rejected again. At every turn, Edgar is not destined to find love. What did Edgar do to deserve this? Marry his cousin. You look back at Edgar Allan Poe, and that is exactly what happens there. Oops. Surviving spouses find comfort. Which means first, people have to be married, so, again, Edgar and Lenora wed. And then we've got Bernard and Isabel, also wed. But then they both die. You know? Bernard dies. And Edgar dies. They weep for their lost spouses. And being alone, they decide to get together. You can see how it notes stories can have fewer frames. You don't have to have all 6. These first chapters are really just learning experience here. Telling you, hey, this is how this game works. Set things up. That way you can get more creative as it goes on. Or maybe more restricted. You have to be more creative in figuring out how everything fits together. Polyamory doesn't exist in this world. Not yet. Everyone's very dedicated to their one lover. I bet he had remarried everyone, but they die after scene. Oh. Edgar shocks himself. Death, amnesia, mirror, and Edgar. Death. Or maybe just first panel death? And then he's having amnesia as a ghost? And he's just looking at himself in the mirror. Huh? Amnesia as a ghost? I remember that death. Well, that works. Here we are, rejected by own spouse. I'm looking at the wedding, death, revive options. Is the case that the spouse dies, their living half remarries, but then the spouse is revived and tries to get back together with their old spouse? And sorry, they've already moved on. And SuperCon! Hi, hello, welcome. Well, that means we have to start off with love again. We've got Lenora and Edgar. But then Edgar freaking dies. Lenora, sad now, wanting to move on. Who gets rejected is the question? Edgar. Edgar, as he did get rejected by everyone earlier. But why does Isabel look so evil? Because she is. There's just particular characters that are actually just straight up more devious than others. So say if you pair together Lenora, we'll pair them off like this first, right? So then you can see down here when Edgar's getting rejected, he's just heartbroken and sad. However, if you had Isabel getting rejected, she's not heartbroken and sad. She's just pissed about getting rejected. This becomes important later on for particular stories, where only particular characters can do certain acts because of their personality. And I think you can tell their personality based on their little expressions down here. Angry is different to heartbroken. Yeah. The little crack sound at the breaking heart, so sad. Really emphasizes that broken heart. Isabel totally killed Edgar. She loved Lenora all the long, and she said, but I wanted to be with Lenora. And then Isabel killed Edgar as a result. Okay, so see, then they're together now. Oh, wait. I already put them together in the last scene. Means this is the scene where Edgar has to come back to life. And so then Edgar, trying to get back with Lenora, is rejected. She's like, but I've moved on! You're dead! What the heck, Edgar? Isabel is more willing to commit murder? Yeah, exactly! Heartbroken spouses are reunited. Do they both have to die here? Well, then first we begin with just them loving each other. So then if they're heartbroken, one of them has to die. She's heartbroken. And do we need to kill... Then do we need to revive Edgar? But then Edgar just comes back to find that Lenora has died. But then she too comes back to life. And then they're back together again, yay! Romance reunited! Reviving happening pretty quick here. There's not an opportunity for that sick ghost blowjob. Yes, they can just settle for a real live flesh blow. Heartbreak for everyone! Oh no, everyone's gonna end up sad. Okay. Real flesh instead of ghost. There's no ectoplasm this way. So if we want everyone to be heartbroken, people have to be in love first. So we start out with the romance between Lenora and Edgar. But then, we need death here, and then Edgar dies. So she's heartbroken over this. So she ends up remarrying. But then Edgar comes back to life, right? So when Edgar tries to get back with Lenora, she's already in love. This isn't enough frame, so this direction isn't going to work. Wait? I guess everybody has to be just heartbroken at least one time. Lenora was heartbroken when Edgar died. Edgar was heartbroken when he was rejected by Lenora after she remarried, and then Isabelle gets heartbroken because then her spouse died. This VOD's not getting monetized, huh? Imagine a Sunday VOD getting monetized. That's what we gotta do for the drama. The drama and the ghost blowjobs. Ah, and there we go with apparitions. The ghost chapter finished. Now we're down here in the cellar with poison? And then Edgar marries Isabelle. And then their heartbreak is healed. Lenora drinks poison. But why? She doesn't know why she would want to drink poison. Look at that bottle with its little bubbles on top. She knows that you shouldn't drink anything with a skull and crossbones. You have to give her a reason for this. So, Lenora marrying Bernard. And then Bernard dies and Lenora's sad. So then Lenora drinks the poison. It's like a Romeo and Juliet moment. Yeah, Phil. Hello, by the way, Phil. Hi, hey. Double poison? Oh my god. The drama! This is really going to be the Romeo and Juliet moment. Alright? Lenora and Edgar marrying. But then Edgar freaking dies! Lenora's sad, so she drinks the poison as a result, with her spouse being lost. But then Edgar comes back. But then he just sees that Lenora's dead now. So then he drinks the poison too. No! If only Lenora had waited, she would have seen that Edgar was gonna come back just like Jesus. A shot of death for everyone, a double bubble situation. Isabelle a fight? Poison and wine? So Isabelle and Edgar, they love each other at first. But then they get into a big fight. Isabelle doesn't like Edgar so much anymore. Isabelle deviously is going to then punish Edgar. She grabs the poison bottle. She prepares a little place for Edgar. Edgar takes a sip of the poisoned wine and dies! This is her chance. Isabelle now remarries Lenora. Yes! Have another glass, dearest Caco. Okay. Sip, 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 sip. Mastery, they really like poison, okay. If you aren't monetizing ghost blowjobs, then you're not running a proper business. What do they say? 6 cells? I think you're right, Gray. I really should be capitalizing on those ghost blowjobs. And, Gray, hello, welcome. Remember, Caco drinks grape juice, not wine. That's right. If Isabelle was trying to poison and kill me, this wouldn't work, because I wouldn't drink that glass of wine. Sex sells, but necrophilia is a felony. Hey, that's not gonna stop it. It's not gonna stop it from being, desirable. The content that someone will pay for. Wine is just old grape juice? Bah, I don't want the stinky grape juice. I want fresh grape juice, though. Isabelle commits a crime, but she already committed one! So, this time, Lenora and Edgar getting married. But Isabelle loved Lenora! She's getting rejected! What? What do you mean you're with Edgar? I hate this now. She's going to kill Edgar, that way Lenora will marry her! Ha! Edgar drinks the poison. But everyone meets their demise. Wait, we have to kill everyone now? Oh, jeez. Alright. Lenora finding out that Edgar died. She drinks to that. Isabel finding out that Lenora just died. Also dies. That was an easy extra panel add to meet that goal. Everyone meets their demise? Okay, then everybody drinks the poison. No problem. Rip Bozo. Yeah, it's a shame. Oh wait, we missed that bonus mode for tragedy? Hang on. Someone drinks poison twice? Double poisoning? So one person has to drink poison 2 times? How do we get them to drink poison twice, huh? One person drinking poison 2 times. I have an idea for the start of it. Well, at the very start, we know, of course, that they do have to get... Unless they drink... No, because neither of them are going... Forbidden sippy cup. You grabbed the poison bottle! The forbidden sippy cup. And Xana Xavier, hello, welcome. Well, we have to give them a reason to drink the poison first, because otherwise they're just gonna look at the poison bottle and go, why? I don't need that. So we have to start out with some kind of love. That way they will drink. But then they won't drink afterwards, because, again, they don't have a reason to yet. So we have to kill one of them straight off. And so I suppose what we could do is do it that way. See, Edgar seeing Lenora dead, drinking poison, coming back. Seeing Lenora still is dead. He regrets the fact he came back to life and says, no, dude, I'm back out. I want to join her. I didn't want to come back to life. Who brought me back? Put me back! Don't bring me back to life when I didn't want to come back. How am I supposed to say reunited with Lenora if she's still dead? And that's the story. There we go. That means we completed that chapter with its extra goal. Okay, next chapter is Beauty. Beauty and the Beast? Snow White? This makes it look more like Snow White on the left. I'm also seeing a little frog. Are we going to have a frog prince? This feels like a D&D campaign. Don't you dare revive me! I want to roll a new character! It is Snow White. Hell yeah. The little pot tipped me off. The curse is lifted! Okay, they're in a forest. Okay, which is wait. And we need a frog prince there, huh? So which turns the prince into a toad. But she doesn't want to kiss right now. Gross. It's because the witch wanted to kiss from Snowy. But Snowy's disgusted. No way, dude, I'm not kissing a witch. I guess in the first case, we have to have Snowy and the prince actually meet up, where they fall in love. But then, I don't know. If we swapped around the characters, would they be willing? Absolutely not. Never gonna happen. I suppose before they kiss, what needs to happen then is they have to meet each other so they can talk about and find out, dude, I'm a frog! And then they say, oh, I love frog. You know what? I'm kind of into frogs now. I was hoping the prince would kiss the witch to turn them into a woman. Yeah, it could have been something like Beauty and the Beast here. The witch was cursed to look like an ugly hag, rather than the beautiful lady she used to be. Witch and prince is true canon. In my fanfic, it's true canon at least. The Frog Prince story, but with Snow White characters? When the fairy tales overlap. Prince saves Tiny! Oh, look at Tiny. Look at his big beard. Is he really tiny? Oh no, she's scheming. And she frickin' turns Tiny into a toad! Oh, the prince does not like Tiny as frog, though. Oh, ew. I guess we need a scene, though, then. Where maybe we have Snowy and Tiny hanging out. Oh, poor Tiny! Rejected by Snowy! What the hell? You think she still hates him? Then yeah, she still hates him. Okay, but what if then Snowy is turned into the frog? And she's like, dude, I'm a frog now. And Tiny's like, dude. But this doesn't work. We have to have Tiny turn into frog because it's the prince saving Tiny. We just need to give the prince a reason to save Tiny. I kind of wish we could have paired them like this and it would have been a, oh, I wonder. Kiss me, boy. What if she then changes the prince down? And so then Tiny totally willing to help it. Oh, he doesn't know. That's the issue here. So what if we cut it back a scene? I guess I don't have enough frames for this to work. What if they both are frogged, right? So they're in the forest here. And the witch frogs him. I like in this scene though, they're now just staring at each other in frog form. And then they talk. So then they kiss each other as frogs. Hell yeah! Achievement unlocked, frogs kissing. That's what's truly important here. Best end. We may not have actually saved Tiny, but this is the true ending, where they just stay together as frogs. They don't get saved, but they are both kissing as frogs. Tiny saw his moment and ran with it. This is a beautiful story. First the witch changes the prince, and then the witch changes Tiny. They meet up, they connect over their froghood, and they fall in love. But I think we need essentially this just in some way. Where the prince needs some reason to save Tiny. And so Tiny also has to be the one that turns into the frog because he is the one that's saved. I love that even though he's like, dude, I'm a frog. And Prince is like, I don't care. Why do I care? If only we could have Tiny lie and say, yeah, I'm totally the frog. Wait. What if Tiny's turned to frog? And then the witch also changes Snowy into a frog. And then they go into the forest, where the prince meets Snowy as frog. And he's like, dude, wait, the frog is actually Snowy? The babe? So he kisses the frog, but then, oops, he kissed the wrong frog. And then he ended up saving Tiny. And voila. And Ender, hello, welcome. It's okay, we've still got stories remaining, Ender. You didn't miss every story. Nailed it, yeah. At least Tiny nailed it. Tiny managed to get that kiss out of the prince, hell yeah. And Sloppy Waffle Cat, hello, welcome. And Thoth, hey, hello. But where's Snowy? She's still off in the forest being a frog. She's probably having a hard time. You know, they said they'd meet up together out on the lake where it'd be a very romantic place for them to kiss, but she got lost on the way or got eaten by a bird. Sad ending for Snowy. Which becomes the mirror's favorite? Uh-oh, we've got the witch and Snowy over here talking to the mirror. She's like, what the heck? Snowy's your favorite? Well, I'll fix this, she says, changing into a witch. Going into the forest, transforming Snowy. Frogs can't be beautiful. The witch returns and says, nope, sorry, dude. Frog's still my favorite. And she's like, what the hell? It's because she's still a witch right now. So she changes herself back first. There we go. Hot again. And then she says, all right, now that I'm no longer the witch form, now you think I'm hot. Ooh, the mirror says, never mind. Look at your figure. Damn, the witch is a MILF. This is why they should have kissed the witch earlier. Then they would have gotten the MILF lady. Where can I find some of that stew? You know what? I'm in agreement. I want to look like the witch. Where's the stew? Or not in this form, of course. I mean the hot babe, MILF witch. Make it a wilf. Witch I'd like to fuck. The mirror really want the dock being so breakable. You'd grab the mirror and throw it on the ground. Okay, the mirror praises everybody. So right now, Peachy's number one. Haiti does not like that he's the favorite. Haiti freaking kills Peachy. Haiti comes back. What? The frog's the best one? The frog freaking kills Haiti! Except that can't happen. Frog isn't powerful enough for that one. So we do have to figure out how we can kill Haiti. So look at Peachy's adorable ribbon. It is really cute on her head like that. She likes to keep a very fashionable, put-together appearance, and so she places a bow on her head. Flip the M for Wumbo. Is it that easy? I have to just figure out where that M is exactly. I'm powerful enough for that. To break the mirror? Or to make yourself into a wilf? And Mimi, hello, welcome. I'm looking at now at Mimi's name. Is Mimi cursed? Mimi the cursed? I tabbed out. What does the cliff do? Well, it depends on the characters. You can see for the most part, nothing happens. But say Haiti finds out that he's not the favorite. Put him in the scene 2 here. Where we find out first that Peachy's the favorite. Haiti finding out that he's not the favorite kills Peachy. Now, Haiti loves, the mirror loves Haiti. But he doesn't love Froggy. I love that he's horrified now by Peachy. So how do we get Mirror to like Froggy? We can't have the frog kill because the frog does not hold hate in its heart. So it will not kill Haiti. What if the frog kills them both? We can't. The frog doesn't work that way. Can a ghost kill? That's a good question. So, if Peachy finds out and is killed, can Peachy get revenge? Oh yeah! And she can just spook him off the cliff. There he goes. She didn't. I mean, she probably did mean to do that. But that means being the only one left. And they will get complimented. We just have to put Haiti here first. That way the mirror can compliment Haiti as well. Ghost revenge, indeed. Throw mirror off cliff because it doesn't like frog. Yeah, I can't believe the mirror rated Haiti above the frog. What the heck? But honestly, Froggy shouldn't even have been rated lower than Peachy, really. I do like, though, the frog at the end. Getting the compliment from the mirror. Blushing. Oh, jeez. I feel like we could have not had the first panel. Yeah, we could lose out the first panel. Still qualifies, because then we find out just Hades getting rejected. Look at that. Skip a panel. Nope. I was going to see if I could spook Frog off cliff, but nah. It can't be the case, because it's... Peachy scares Haiti because she's mad she got killed, but nobody killed the frog. Frog's okay. No frog scare. Frog didn't push anyone off cliff. This is freaking cool. Yeah. The Storyteller game is pretty good. And Ceridim. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Do both ghosts? Mutual ghost fight. Achievement unlocked. They're mad at each other now. I mean, Haiti, you kind of brought this upon yourself when you murdered Peachy. Frog's immune to fear. Yeah, frog's too simple. Frog see ghost, frog friend with ghost see. Frog and the mirror in love. Old ghosts mad at each other. It's still a happy ending, I'd say. Murder. Butler's rampage? Butler takes the gun. Butler kills the Duke. And then Butler kills the Duchess too. Aha! Everyone's dead. Now we're going to get some relief from the Butler. Duke likes the gun. Butler liked the gun too. And Jakku, hello, welcome. This is kind of dark. It's called drama? So you'd say that pushing Haiti off a cliff is a ghost's job, huh? I guess then Haiti did get a ghost job, didn't he? Wait. The Duke seeing the gun is missing is shocked. Okay, right? But then, Butler does put gun back. Duke, seeing the gun is back, is happy and pleased. Thank God! He's not gonna die today! Detective arrests murderer. Well, that's definitely sounding like a Butler's gonna kill situation right here, huh? And we also have to have a murder actually happen. Which means we're gonna have to go over to the ballroom for the Butler to kill the Duke. But then, Butler puts the gun back. We still need the gun, because the detective can't... He's not gonna know about the Butler yet. He has no reason. He doesn't have any clues. So we have to then have the detective check out gun where he finds the fingerprint of the Butler. Detective confronts them. And boom, they get put in jail. Butler got jealous of gun for making Duke so happy, so used them to kill Duke. I don't know if that's true. I think the Butler just wants the Duke dead, because he doesn't like working for the Duke. Elementary, my dear fellows. It's so simple. The fingerprints mean that Butler did it. Do detective and ghost Duke. Spook. That's it. But wait. can't actually have the butler. Hang on. If we have it here first, and we have butler. Oh, the Duke's not very mad at the butler. I thought he was going to get angrier, but not really. Oh well, he's arrested anyway. Butler is an assler. I know, the butler hasn't even been given a reason. But in this case, we have the detective arrest someone innocent? So if we start off with gun. Okay, note that Duke does touch gun. So if we have butler take the gun, and then the butler kills the Duchess, but then he puts the gun back. But in the meantime, the Duke touches the gun. He gets his fingerprints on the gun most recently. And so when the detective is searching for clues, he sees the fingerprints of the Duke rather than the butler. So then the detective ends up arresting the Duke instead. He got the wrong guy. The gentle gun caress ruins the Duke! Oh no. And Emily, hello, welcome, hi! Bad detective. He didn't really find a motive for why the Duke wanted to kill the Duchess and just said, oh, it's got fingerprints, that's all I need. Oh, that's the end of that story. That's the end of that chapter. So now it's time for the crown intrigue. And I'm seeing somebody get stabbed off a cliff up here with an ocean filled with corpses. I guess the cliff is the go-to place for murder around here? No matter what you do, you're doomed? So we've got a knight and a baron, and we have 4 deaths? That's a lot of deaths. I'm guessing the baron. Yeah, he wants the people dead. I don't think swapping's not gonna do anything. So, baron stabs knight off. Knight, upset as ghost, spooks the baron off. But then they both come back to life. So then the knight, wanting revenge, pushes the baron off. But then just ends up getting spooked back off the cliff again. And so we get 4 deaths. Stabbed off a cliff is a really overkill way of killing someone. If you really want to make sure somebody's dead, stab them off of a cliff. So then if they don't die from the stab wound, they'll die from falling off the cliff. If they don't die from falling off the cliff, they'll die from the stab wound. Hey, can you meet me at Murder Cliff later tonight? You know, no reason. Just hangout spot. You need to cordon off that cliff at this point. Or maybe put up a fence around it, perhaps. Really, really tall fence that you can't just easily climb over. It might need barbed wire at the top too then. Spikes or something. Murder Cliff is where all the teenagers make out. At first it was Murder Cliff, but then it was Makeout Cliff. Or the reverse? The Queen marries. Well, right now, Queen only loves herself. She doesn't care about Knight. She doesn't care about Baron. So, the Baron kidnaps the Queen. No? Okay, we can't have her forced to marry. I wanna be king! He just loves the crown, so he doesn't want to marry the knight, because he was not gonna get anything out of it. I suppose what we need then is for the queen to be rescued. So the Baron kidnaps the queen. So the knight rescues the queen. And as a result, she's like, dude, Baron put me up there and you saved me. I love this. This is a great situation for me now. And so then they get married because the queen is happy to have been rescued by him. I like make out with murder. Knight marries the Baron. But I don't think... In order for the knight to marry the Baron, the queen would have to, you know, kidnap him. This wouldn't work out. I don't think we have enough panels to make this work. You totally could get the Baron and the knight to get married. It just has to be the right circumstances, and we don't have enough panels for that circumstance to happen. Everyone sits on the throne. Obviously, the queen's gonna sit on the throne at first. How do we get... We need the Baron to sit on the throne. So in order for the Baron to sit on the throne, he kills the queen. Oh, so now he sits on the throne instead. But then the queen scares him off the cliff. So now the only one left to sit on the throne is the knight. He said he didn't really want it. He just wanted to be with the queen, but the queen's dead, so he's saying that he has this throne. He's never gonna be happy. It's not what he wanted. Dude, I just made my own awesome iced coffee for the first time. Where's our story about Doss making some coffee, and he makes coffee for everybody? I want that. The queen marries? Oh my god. Looking at the disguise, the Baron is gonna trick the queen! So, first thing Baron does is put on evil monster costume. And in his evil monster costume, he kidnaps the queen. Then he gets out of the costume, putting it back. That way, he can release the queen as himself. A wink! Guess what? Who did that? That was me, queen baby! So then they get married. Hell yeah, my scheme worked, he says. But, alternatively, what if the queen marries a fearsome dragon? Okay, alternate route. Wait, we'll let the monster marry the queen. We can do this. We can do this. Just straight up then. Remove that scene. And there we go. That's all it takes. You just have to delete the scene where he puts on the costume first. And voila! Now the Baron can live out his furry life as a dragon. His scaly reality. He better not get caught without that costume on. The Dragon King. Then he kidnaps her again. And then he kidnaps her again. There you go. That's how it ends. Wait, what happens if we just put him at the wedding scene by himself then at the end? It's called a scaly caco. You're right, you're right. And then he's just alone now at the wedding hall. And that's his story. The circle of life. I don't think he thought that through. Or did he? Did he want that course instead? He says, yeah, I want to be a dragon. Detective arrests murderer again. But a little bit different this time. You can see we've got a little witness box. So, if we put up here with the witness side, we can stick the detective in there. And then the butler can take the gun and go to the ballroom and kill the Duke. But because the detective is back here hiding behind the poster, he sees this. Baron marries the dragon. Gotta put queen in the costume then. What? I wonder if the queen would have put on the costume or would have rejected it. And now that the detective has seen this murder take place, the detective can just outright arrest him. It doesn't matter that he has the gun. He arrests him. The butler gets fired. Well, if we have... It gives us a lot of panels here. I guess we'll just start working. Fired at with a gun. Butler gets fired. Maybe that's what it could mean. And then we maybe put Duke back here and sees Butler in the hall. No, I guess we need to give Butler the gun. Duke doesn't like that. So, Butler puts gun back. So the Duke, oh no, Duke does not take the gun. Guess after then the Butler puts the gun back. Then the Duke just fires him and says, I saw you held that gun. I saw you take that gun. I love my gun. Do not take the gun from me. I wish it could have been a fired as in Duke shoots him with gun. But I'm not sure that there's enough panels for it, unfortunately. Or, I guess part of the problem too is that the Duke refuses to take the gun. That's the issue. You can't fire the Butler if he doesn't take gun. I'm sure if we had a route where Butler marries, or not, marries would probably work too. If the Butler married the Duchess or killed the Duchess, then the Duke might fire the Butler with the gun, but not on its own. So we have the spouse gets vengeance. So we have a witness in here, the Duke viewing through, and then the Butler takes the gun. And so he kills the Duchess. Duke, seeing this, Duke goes and takes the gun to get revenge. And then the Duke kills the Butler. Boom. You can, it's pre-established that that they're spouses because it's Duke and Duchess, so it has the implication they're married. Like if you had King and Queen. He was just cleaning it. Yeah, right. He's not allowed to touch the gun. So it doesn't matter if he was just cleaning it, because he wasn't allowed. Can the Duchess kill the Butler? Maybe? It's possible, though, that Duchess doesn't like guns, so won't take the gun. Oops, I did this in the wrong way. There we go. And the Butler has to put that back. Duchess takes the gun. And yeah, we can't have the Duchess kill the Butler. She's all good for revenge, too. It can be in either direction. That's right, get frickin' blasted by the Duchess, Butler. Girl power. Good for her. The Duchess gets the Butler arrested. So I suppose in this situation, the Duchess, looking through the little peephole, Butler takes gun, Butler kills Duke. So then the Duchess tells the detective about this. Hey, I saw the Duke kill my husband with the gun. Now the detective, informed, goes and arrests the Butler. But the Duke isn't home. Can the Duke arrest people? Is it maybe that she sees him steal the gun? But there's not a reason to arrest him if all he has is the gun right now. Where's the gun, Butler? Haha, beats me! So what if instead then, at this point, the Butler kills the Duchess, and then he's able to arrest the detective. So there we go. The detective is hiding. That might have worked too, and just had the detective witness the murder of the Duchess. But this works as well. Her reporting the missing gun to the detective, Duchess killed with gun, boom, he knows what happened. That, I guess, would have been 2 cases. Honestly, we can even straight up try that. We can throw up the detective here to see the Duchess get murdered. Oops, wrong one. No. It is since the Duchess gets the butler arrested. It wouldn't have the first requirement. You're right. And so, if the Duke isn't home, the Duke can't be murdered either. Because then he would be home. So it would just be that. Well, we've got secrets all complete. Sorry, I mean the detective, but see the butler with the gun after talking to her? Could be, but I guess since the main goal is to have the Duchess arrest the... Yeah, since we already have all the panels filled out. Well, regardless, we'll just go ahead and move on forward to justice with treason. Wait. Treason picture this time is just sword stabbed into throne with blood? Wait. Does that mean that cushion was actually a human cushion? Or was it a water cushion? And this is actually a little pool of water spilling down. You know, my parents have a waterbed and they but a couple of times now, they've had one waterbed since I was child, and for years and years and years and years, they've had this waterbed. And then finally, it got a leak in it. So then they replaced it with a new waterbed. And I think that new waterbed has been replaced at least once and just keeps having leaking issues. I don't make them like they used to. Whoopee cushion with sharding effect. That's just, shit fart effect right there. Leaking down along the hall. Some diarrhea. The usurper dies. Wouldn't this be the case of the Baron? Nervously. Baron's like, hey, yeah, don't kidnap me. Yeah, don't do that one. Ha ha ha. Alright. He kidnaps the queen. And Mac Monster, hello, welcome. Why did I read that? Why did I have to read that? So you two can be in on the joke. You don't want to be left out, do you? Oh, hushin'. Okay, so now, I guess though in the case of the usurper, the Baron has to take the throne. So I guess then we have to establish that the Baron is now like, hell yeah, I'm the one who's in charge. So the knight has to come by and rescue the queen. And so then, the queen... I'm not in charge anymore. What do you expect me to do? Oh no, the queen's missing. That shouldn't be the case. Can the queen come back? And yep, put him back in prison. So now she's in charge again. And now she can execute the usurper. There we go. There has to be a couple of essentially establishing shots. Wait, by the hand of the knight? Okay, so then if he finds out that the Baron is the one that did this, and Baron's still on top, executes the queen. So the knight says, dude, you did this. Locks him up. Knight's in charge now. Do we need this scene? I guess we don't need that scene right there to put him in charge, which means now that it's established that he's the one that's in charge, now he can kill the Baron, and voila! With the Queen dead, she can't be the one in charge anymore, and with kidnapping and putting away the Baron, it puts him in charge. So check. Knight loses his head. Next situation. So all we have is the Queen and the Knight. We have a lot of situations too. Kidnap, thrown, execute, death, revive. I guess there's going to be a lot of cases here. Queen's in charge, right? Well, did the Queen want to execute the Knight? Not right now. They're fine as is. Guillotine in the background. Nice and shiny. Unused. So if the Queen maybe dies, and now the Knight's on the throne. And then we want the Queen to get revived. She comes back to life. Does she just automatically get the throne back? No. She sees that her crown is missing. The Knight has the crown now. She doesn't like that. Can she just straight execute him? No, she's not the royalty anymore. So I guess then the Queen puts away the Knight because she's like, dude, I'm taking my crown back. That way she's back in charge, and now to make sure that doesn't happen again, the Queen kills him. The Knight didn't even want this. He was only put in charge because the Queen died. You could have just locked him up, Queen. You didn't need to kill him, too. He was loyal. He loved you. Oh. And Lalafell, hello, welcome. Rip his head. Well, now the Queen can keep it and preserve it and have it around to look at the very least. Would she want to, or would she just always be angry upon keeping it, though? Oh, the execution. Amnesia? All it is called the execution. Well, if we try to have any sort of wedding, that ain't gonna work, see? Because the Queen only loves herself. A free head. I glance back over at the ghost blowjob. Alright. I guess the Queen doesn't have a reason right now to execute the Baron. So is it maybe that the Baron kidnapping the Queen? The Queen has amnesia over this moment and is like, dude! He's going to kidnap me! She doesn't like this. What do you mean? That doesn't happen, though. I made it amnesia'd. Or does it mean what happens in the next scene is amnesia? No. He kidnaps her and then just brings her back down and is like, tee. Yeah, dude. Can't. Yeah, and then he just kills her. The execution, this route is by the Queen, the execution of the Queen. But how do you do the execution of the Baron? If we removed this amnesia scene, she's still mad at him, and she doesn't release him, or she isn't released by him. Maybe swap the roles? But what if the Baron forgot? What if the Baron has amnesia? And he thinks this happened. So he came back to release her and she's like, dude, you freaking kidnapped me. What do you think's gonna happen? So she executes him. There we go. Basically all I have to do is swap out the Baron with the Queen. So he thinks that he kidnapped her. And can totally just release me, or completely forgot. Amnesia. I'm thinking of deja vu on accident. That's my issue here. I'm thinking of deja vu. He forgets that he kidnapped her. And so then releases her and thinks she's like, yeah, I'm your savior over here. She's like, dude, no, you're the one who kidnapped me. Nice try. You're dead now. And Alec Inc., hello, welcome. Woo! Queen suffers 4 tragedies? Oh my god, I guess we don't have an amnesia situation here. Is she gonna have to get married to them twice? We know, of course, as always, she can't get married to either of them up front, so what we need to have happen initially. So, maybe we have the Queen. I'm trying to ponder here, because we need the Queen to kidnap the Baron first, right? Or to marry the Baron first. That way we can get the Queen and the Knight together. Afterwards. What reason would the Queen have for the Baron? Because we know the Knight on his own is not going to bring up a Queen. Make the Knight and the Baron kiss. I don't think we can with this setup. Imagine if we were able to have them marry afterwards. That'd be funny. All it takes is him to give a thumbs up to the Queen. No, I'm not going to kidnap you. And for her to go, then, oh, thank goodness. And then marry him. I would love someone who wouldn't kidnap me. So I guess the Baron saves Queen. And then the Queen is saved by the Knight. She loves that. Do they need to get married first, or can we just straight skip to... Wait, I don't have the crown? Okay, we give you the crown. Wait, Queen still has the crown? Swap places. He's got the crown before the Queen gets it back. Knight saves him. Can they get married at this point? They can! Just the Queen not with the crown at this point. But then the Baron executes the Knight. This is not... There's not enough tragedies for the Queen. It's a difficult situation. How can the Queen face 4 tragedies? How many tragedies has she faced right now? 2, I suppose? Or 3? Because 1 tragedy would be getting kidnapped. 2nd tragedy would be getting her crown taken away. 3rd tragedy is the Knight dying. 4th tragedy is then... Queen dying, too. Her own death, is that a tragedy? Yeah. So she got with the Knight afterwards. But then the Baron just kills them both. 2 more tragedies. Alright, there we go. Sucks to be the Queen in that story. But now, we've had a lot of cases with the Queen. What about the King? Look at his great castle, with the guillotine looming behind it. Front yard filled with heads. Look at that! Now there's 1 billion free heads out here. Okay, so we know necrophilia is illegal, right? But, it's not illegal if you don't get caught, right? It's morally illegal. We can get ahead? Quite the conversation piece, Your Majesty. The king just shrugs and is like, huh? It's not illegal if you're king, right? Cyclic mutually toxic love affair. Okay, so we establish that they're in love together. They get into a fight. They both forget. They love each other. But then they just fight again. And they just forget they fight, they're in love, and it just keeps looping like this. Forever just falling in love and arguing. Not a good romance here. Everyone visits the kingdom to admire the comically oversized guillotine. It's a centerpiece, a showpiece. Everyone from around the kingdom comes to check it out, though not everyone makes it back home. A double execution? Uh-oh. The queen sees them having an affair. So, the queen just has them both killed. But it's where the king takes revenge, huh? So, because she executes the maid, the king executes the queen. Hey, you killed the maid I loved? Fine, you're dead too now. And now the king is alone. The other way, I kind of liked better, where the queen just owns them both and says, hey, if you're gonna have an affair with each other, punish both of them. Can the queen and the maid fall in love? Maybe we could get a storyline for that if, say, the maid rescues the queen from kidnapping. But in this 3-panel set, definitely not. Oh, from rags to hey, here we go, Pink. Maybe we can work it out this way, right? So, if we have the king and the maid having an affair, what we would need is for, say, the king then. No? Dang it. What we kind of need is for the king to have a reason to lock up the queen without, say, killing the maid. So the queen decides to steal the maid's heart instead. Exactly, but it's a little bit harder to do. Because the queen, by default, does not love the maid. So what we need is for the maid to save the queen. But we have to give the king a reason. Can the queen be in the affair panel? Maybe that's all it will take. So then what if the queen then comes out and says, dude, you're having an affair. However, even when confronted, the king does not kidnap the queen. And obviously, he still doesn't kill her too in this circumstance. What if the queen then kidnapped the maid? Yeah, without this panel, she also won't lock up the maid. So, queen's man. Queen. The king then. You have an idea, Slime? For how we can get the queen and maid together? Hey, tell me the story. Be the storyteller assistant. So here we have the king. Oh, that was my idea right here. And then the next issue is then she tells him about what the queen did. But an issue here is I don't think the maid is going to release the queen is the issue. They're not going to get together if the queen kidnaps the maid. Behead the queen, your majesty! But if we behead the queen, then the queen can't get with the maid! Dealbot, hello, welcome. I think we need to get rid of the queen. But then the queen can't get married to the maid! I think we would need an extra case here to work that out. I don't know that we can get the queen with the maid. At the very least, we can't have the queen. We could try this route.
Storytime Peaposit arrive.
Hello, Crab Knight. Been a little bit. Hi, welcome. Thank you for resubscribing for 31 months. It's appreciated. That maid sure changes her mind fast. Guess you could call her a minute maid. Can the queen cheat instead of the king? Nope. Because they both love the king. It doesn't work. So, queen seeing this, kidnaps the king. Could be either case, really. We'll take the case where she locks up the maid. I ponder, if she had kidnapped the king, she doesn't have a reason to put him back down now. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and take the course of the king marrying the maid and rags to riches that way. Can she just execute the maid? Yeah, the main thought here was just basically saying, we can't just execute the maid, because then we won't have rags to royalty. So it's not actually an option that we can make. We can't get the good ending of queen with maid, no. Not an option. So, queen kidnaps the maid. King frees the maid, finds out what has happened. So, he executes the queen as punishment. As a result, the king will marry the maid. And we don't have an extra tag here that says, hey, get it from the queen marrying the maid. So it's entirely possible we could find a route, but I'm not sure that there is one with the characters we have allowed to us. But regardless, boom. This one's easy, with the king and maid being together. The Baron rules alone. He needs no one. Does that mean he has to kill everybody? It seems that the queen and maid falling in love isn't possible. Not in that route, no. She would need some additional reasonings. A match made in heaven? Good one, Shy Guy. Hello, and welcome. Thanks for the big comedy joke. So, the Baron's gonna have to kill everybody, right? Will he just straight kill the maid too? No. Maybe what we need then, because we know that the king and the maid like each other, if the Baron kills the queen, the king will get married to the maid. So then the king, or the Baron, then will want to kill the maid, who's now the queen, and also kill the king. That way he's not around to be in charge. But Baron is still not the ruler. So I suppose what we need to do first is kill the king, and then maybe the Baron, and the maid can get married. But then he still kills her, because he wants to rule alone, and he never really loved her in the first place. He just wanted to get the crown. So now it's just the Baron. He's king now. Hell yeah, Baron. Get that crown from murder. Baron is me, Shy Guy says, pointing and nodding. I would kill everybody to rule alone. Yeah! Shy Guy's a murderer. Maybe don't marry Shy Guy if you're royalty. Monsters! Oh, hell. We've got a werewolf on a cliff, and we've got some bats flying up into the sky. This also looks like it might be the shadow of a great water beast as well. Someone get Petrie! Only for the vampires, though. I don't think she cares about the rest of them. I'm a gold digger. What can I say? Shy Guy knows what he wants, and it's money. Werewolf, dragon, vampire, professor? This sounds like a mod party fanfic. Have Bernard drinking poison, huh? While we're in the forest, we've got Bernard and Juliet. In love. But then the moon. And he... and see that Juliet does not have werewolfism. It just... I love his transformation sound. So, after he transforms, he's in the forest, alone as the wolf. But Juliet's there too, because he's in his wolf form. He can't control himself, and he eats Juliet! But he transforms back into a human. What happened? Out in the forest. Oh my god. I thought it was going to put her down as a ghost. That's not a ghost. That's just half of a person. Hey, anybody hungry? That's gonna be 2 legs down there that you can eat. Kind of like ham legs, you know? He realizes what he's done. Broken-hearted. He can't believe what's happened. So he drinks the poison to end himself. I'm sorry, Juliet, he says. I didn't mean it. He can still be with the other half. It's not a crime if you don't get caught. It's not a crime if you don't get caught. Queen gets the Baron arrested. Alright, so we've only got 2 rooms here with a disguise and ballroom. She sees the Baron be freaking weird and put on a costume. She doesn't like this and tells the detective about it. Ah! Does she not connect the dots? Queen, are you stupid? He puts the costume away. She still doesn't get it. Queen? Well, I guess she says, maybe if he gets arrested in the dragon suit form, that would work? What happens when the detective and Queen talk? She tells him about scary monster. The detective goes to the disguise room and sees that it's missing. Or does he put it away? And then the detective sees that it's missing and sees the fingerprint. And so, then the detective is able to arrest the Baron. Again, thanks to the fingerprint. Imagine if the Duke loved the disguise, and in between the scenes right here, we had the Duke reach over and pet the dragon head. And then the Duke gets arrested instead. Easy. Being a scaly is legal. It's really because he scared the Queen. You're not allowed to scare the Queen. I guess she doesn't like scalies. Where's the butler with the gun when you need him? Yeah, he could solve all of this. Dracula? Here we go. Cured of vampirism? That's the opposite of what we want. Oh my god. I was hoping we were gonna be able to pick the professor, but I guess not. I have garlic! I hate garlic! Alright, they're fine. They're also fine. We're down here in the crypt. Spooky. Spooky. Safe. Well, right now it's night, because otherwise it's crypt in the daytime, and that's when Dracula sleeps. Are we able to put anybody out? Oh yeah, we can. Look at that. He vampirizes her. I think he vampirizes John, actually. And now Dracula is away at his crypt. John comes to the professor. I'm sorry. We have to kill him now. I like the crypt scene where they're just both in here together. Ooh. We swap the scenes, they're just scared together. Alright, how do we cure them exactly? We need it to maybe not be night? Night's when people are getting bit, that's for sure. We have to have the professor do something about it, and right now all he's doing is making it stinky for them. Ah, okay. So, I guess he has to find out first about who the heck needs to be killed. So, Dracula infects John with vampirism. Professor finds out Dracula exists, and he needs to be killed then. So he gives Mina the stake, and Mina's like, dude, I have to kill Dracula. Yes, you do. He's a vampire. He's evil. So Dracula's sleeping in the crypt. Mina kills him. And because Dracula was the one who transformed John originally, we find out he's cured now. Which works in either scene. So he can just come out at night and be like, dude, wow, I don't have vampirism anymore. This is sick. Even if we had Dracula kill... Oh, I wonder if Mina would try to kill still as a vampire form? Just because I'm curious now. Yep, nope. If she's vampired, she's no longer interested in becoming unvampired. She's like, hell yeah, I want to stay a vampire. It's great. I live forever. Sure, need a little bit of blood, but sacrifices. The professor looks like a bloodborne enemy. I mean, he's probably pretty experienced. Maybe he was a bloodborne enemy in his youth. In true professor fashion, all theory, no practice, making Mina do the dirty work. He's probably gonna blame it on his wheelchair too. And I mean, looking at how Mina ends Dracula, Professor totally could have just wheeled down there and taken care of it himself. It's fine. Huh, I thought you'd have to show John in the crypt and Mina seeing him. Nah, because I think it's the case that Mina doesn't necessarily care about curing John. They just have to kill Dracula, and they go, we don't really want a vampire hanging around. That sounds kind of dangerous. And so just the fact that Dracula's killed, he caused John's curse. The professor might want to do the time warp. Time warp to a reality where he didn't get paralyzed, maybe, so he can walk again. Monster is slain. Disguise? Well, we know Bernard's the werewolf. Baron is not. It's just Bernard who is. So, with the changing and rising of the moon, Bernard can just kill the professor. And now he's dead. Oh no, what's happened? Baron puts on a disguise. They're scared of each other. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this one out. We need a reason for the Baron to kill him. Because when Bernard's transformed, He's too powerful for the Baron. So, the Baron has to kill Bernard while he's a werewolf. But we have to know this is the case. Maybe the Baron needs to know about Bernard in the first place to know that he needs to kill him. I also like that the Bernard is not interested at all in dragon costume. Dude, why would I want to put on a scale suit? I'm not interested. I'm not into that. But the Baron is, so it's absolutely confirmed of all these characters so far. The Baron is a scaly. The Baron heads out into the forest in their disguise. What if the monster isn't Bernard, but is the Baron? Scares him too. You have to kill the monster. The 100% real, not fake monster. So, Baron's still in his costume. The monster is slain. The dragon dies. And Mortis, hello, welcome. And Horse, hey. You were playing Black Mesa multiplayer with a friend? Found a prop flying bug, so instead of flying properly, we proved that Gordon is the best theoretical physicist by flying over everyone. Hell yeah! That sounds far more of Gordon's dream fulfilled than if he had properly ran around and, went through Black Mesa properly and all. So, now we have one course where a dragon is slain. Now we need one where the werewolf dies instead. So, how do we get the Baron to kill Bernard? Obviously, them just meeting up doesn't really matter. If we say, have the full moon, or Bernard is transformed, and then Bernard kills the professor, and then he transforms back. I don't think the Baron would still have a reason to do anything. Maybe he goes over to the professor and seeing him, he's scared, but there's still no reason to kill Bernard. Why would he need to do anything about that? He has no idea. Well, we know the professor has a gun. So, what if Werewolf transforms, and then he eats the Baron, and then the professor sees Baron injured. Professor now knows to be afraid of something. But no, that's no good. The werewolf still leaps at the professor to kill him. What if Bernard goes to the professor as is? We have no situation here still. I think we need at least a costume. That way, the Baron getting disguised. Bernard transforming into werewolf. They can meet each other in the woods where they see each other. But see, then he can get maybe while still in. See, then the dragon can say, no, it's okay. I saw a werewolf out there. So then, when the professor, no, you still get attacks. Still get attacked. Will he know that it's Bernard, though? I wonder if even if we put an in-between scene, say? Where the moon changes again? I like the dragon trying to tell the professor about the werewolf. The professor still just gives the gun to Bernard and says, dude, there's a dragon. I don't know about that werewolf, but the dragon is the real threat in this situation. You need silver bullets to kill a werewolf. Oh, the professor would definitely have silver werewolves. If he had a wooden stake lying around for killing vampires, it would definitely be true for werewolves as well. And 005, hello, welcome. So now if they meet up in the woods like this... No, he just scares Bernard still, so not fitting. So what if he undisguises? And then the Baron talks to the professor about this. He gets the gun. Then when they meet up in the forest again, then the Baron can kill him. And there we go. This looks like a very neat game. It is. We're telling little simple stories. Puzzle solving them out to try to fit the title. And occasionally it'll give you conditions too. Honestly, I like the dragon dies ending better. I think that one's funnier. Oh, look, that completes that chapter. Chapter 11. Done. Next is drama with... Uh-oh, I'm looking at family tree. And... Oedipus, huh? Haiti murders father and marries mother. Well, here we go, I suppose. And Baldir, hello, welcome. Wow, we are doing storytelling. I have a story. There once was a streamer called Caco. She was Poggy. The end. That didn't have much of a story arc now, did it? Where's the part where we find out that I was awesome, but then in actuality, I kill people, that way I can create ghosts for giving ghost blowjobs for my business, huh? Where's that story arc? And Luna, hello, welcome, hi! This is better context for people who weren't here at the start of the stream. At the very start, we had Adam and Eve fall in love. And then Eve freaking died. And then Adam saw the ghost of Eve. And then clearly afterwards, I think you really like Ghost Blowjob as comedy. Part of the reason I think it's funny is just honestly, sometimes the reason you'll find things funny is from the reaction people have of it. So, you know, making the joke and then seeing multiple who's in chat, that's where I derive my humor from. Woo! We really need to find the Caco a hobby. She can't keep talking about blowjobs. I thought streaming was kind of like my part-time job hobby, and yet here we are. Yo, bro, you ever gotten a ghost job, Adam? It's hauntingly good. Hell yeah. God damn it. Alright. So, we have to establish... We don't want Haiti to know Peachy's his mom. Because if that was the case, he's not gonna want to marry her, because he's gonna know. What he will find out, however, is that Tiny is his father. But this is... Will he automatically then be disinterested in marrying Peachy? I don't know. I don't know if order matters or not. I am your mother. I guess we'll just start putting frames together and see what happens. Wait, we're related. We can't get married. See, look at that. What if we swap these scenes around? Would Hades still want to marry Mom? Nope. He changes his mind afterwards. So we have to have them be related here like this, but without her saying, I'm your mom. So maybe if we put them in this order here, they're married. He says, I'm your dad. He finds out about Tiny though. So he kills Tiny. He does not know that Peachy's his mom. But I suppose in this family situation, maybe at the very end, he's told, oh no! Yeah! All it has to do is at the very end, she has to tell him, I'm your mom. They're like, wait a second, oh no! I found out at the end, and well, we've already gotten married, and there goes Oedipus. Oops. I love their reaction to finding out, too. Oh my god, but we married! Drama! Gnomes, I knew it. Or dwarves. Gnomes or dwarves. Their pointed hat, the hat shape does make it feel gnomish, but we know in, say, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and they've got a similar hat situation there, too. Tiny avenges his brother. Dwarf women have beards, it is known, but who's to say gnome women don't have beards too? Technically, she could have been his ex-stepmother. There could have been more going on there, but for the simplicity's sake for that story, it's straightforward. Feel bad for anyone who finds out their significant other is a close relative of theirs. Must suck, yeah. Even beyond just phrasing it as must suck, like a horrifying realization moment. Yikes. Alright, here we go for Tiny avenges his brother. So we need to establish first then that there are characters that are brothers, right? So, we have Peachy B, the mom. Then we need Tiny to have a brother. So, Peachy's the mom of Tiny. Peachy's also the mom of Greenie. They're brothers now. Look at that, see? I am your brother, yay! Confirmation. The fight piece is also interesting. I guess maybe Haiti and Greenie get in a fight with each other. So Haiti, being so angry and furious over this fight, kills Greenie. Tiny, missing his brother, does a seance to find out about what happened. Greenie says, dude, Haiti freaking killed me, Doc. It's not okay. We got into an argument and he took it too far. We couldn't agree on which Dark Souls game was the best. So he pushed me off the cliff in order to be the winner of the argument. And so, now, Tiny, finding out about this, freaking kills Haiti as revenge. And doesn't look like this has an alternate objective to try out, so that's our story. Whee! Haiti is murdered by his daughter. Oh my god. I guess maybe it would be Peachy finds out that maybe Haiti's cheating on somebody. Well, I guess we need to establish firstly then that he's the dad. I'm your father. Then maybe she needs to see something. Oh, they're in love. Oh, they're in love. How wonderful, but what if she sees? Haiti cheating on people. Oh, no, she doesn't care. She's like, wow, glad my dad finds love everywhere. You go, Dad. Do your thing, Dad. Hell yeah. We have to give a reason for Peachy to kill. Maybe. Peachy, say, loves Tiny, but then, hiding from the bushes, she sees her dad and Tiny having an affair. She's sad now. But she's sad, she's not mad, which means when faced with the choice, she's not going to push Haiti off the cliff. She's pro-Polly. Hell yeah! So this situation is not enough to work. So instead what has to happen, Peachy, getting along here with Tiny, and maybe say, I guess in this affair situation, they don't love anybody enough to really care. Maybe if we swapped these, Haiti would get mad at this. And so as a result, Haiti, angry, kills Tiny. He doesn't like this. So, Peachy, missing Tiny, holds a seance to hear about what happened. Just like the last situation, finding out that it was her dad. What? Dad killed you? No! So in the end, Peachy kills her dad. Haiti is murdered by his daughter, but he was just protecting her. So the dad witnesses the affair of her daughter's lover with someone else, right? So up here, we see Peachy and Tiny together, right? Haiti's so happy about this. Look at his daughter in love. But then he sees Tiny cheating on them. Cheating on his daughter. And he's like, what the hell? How could you do this, Tiny? You have to face consequences. So he kills Tiny. But Peachy, because she misses Tiny, holds a seance and hears that, oh, my dad did it. Dad, I hate you, Dad. But dude, he only killed him because Tiny, her boyfriend, Tiny, the boyfriend, was cheating. Oh, no. I love the fact, though, in this circumstance, that the romance set up here, that the dad's like, hell yeah, daughter. Oh, I love that you're in love with someone. Yeah, you'll get him, Peachy. But then he gets mad then and upset that he finds out that Tiny's cheating on her. And so he enacts vengeance for her sake. Damn. Tiny and Haiti wait forever. They wait. They both leave for a little bit, and then they come back. You know what? Haiti kind of hangs out for a little bit. I guess you can't have it. I guess you have to have just one scene where they're both missing. There we go. Well, masterful storytelling. They just wait forever. They don't stop waiting. Haiti's not very happy about it. Isn't there a famous novel with this plot? There is now, and it's by me. That's it. That's all the story was. Alright, next. Oh, this is it? Oh, well. Final chapter then. Edgar. Waiting for Godot. Oh. That's it. That's why they were waiting forever. Because they were waiting for Godot, and Godot never shows up. Last story set here. Edgar murders his wife. Well, first Edgar's going to need a wife to murder, so he marries. But then see, Isabel loved Edgar too. Or Isabel loved Lenora too. She's not happy about this. I wonder if we can have this work out with Isabel loving Lenora. So, Isabel grabs the poison to kill Edgar, but oops, Lenora drinks it and dies. But she doesn't want to marry Edgar at this point. So I suppose that strategy won't work out. I would like this ending, where it's actually Isabel liked Lenora, but this is going to be an easier route, I guess. So, Isabel, grabbing the poison, fills the cup for Edgar, and he dies. Wait, no. And then she dies. And then everybody dies. Is that still poisoned? No. I'm looking at this wine situation here. Edgar doesn't need to have a wife. Edgar has alcohol. Edgar's an alcoholic now. His sad double-A story. Yeah, changes cups, drinking too much. At first it's okay. But then it's not okay. Edgar has a problem. Somebody help. Do we do it with everybody? They all become alcoholics? Oh no! Lenora can't hold her alcohol. She passes out. Somebody please help! Help Lenora! Alright, last combination here. Yep, same as Edgar then for Isabel. She just goes and becomes an alcoholic too. Anyway, now we know what happens when it's just all wine all the time. They become alcoholic. Whoa, whoa. Okay. So, we do need to start here. Yeah, Lenora's a lightweight, apparently. We start with Edgar and Lenora in love. But Isabel loves... Yeah, Isabel loves Edgar. So, being rejected by Edgar, she goes for the poison. Yes, I will kill Lenora. And so Lenora dies. And then they get married. Yahoo! But Edgar, kind of missing Lenora after all this time, comes back here and does a seance to talk to her, finding out that it's his new bride that killed his original wife. He's not happy. He must seek vengeance, and so kills Isabel. And there's the story. Next, we've got Tiny murders uncle to avenge his father. Then the first thing we're gonna have to do is establish familial ties, right? So, we need to give somebody a father, firstly. Yes, it can be Greenie here. I'm your dad. So now we have to... I guess we first need to establish two brothers, right? So easiest to keep track of. We're gonna make it Peachy here. Saying, hey, Bluey, I'm your mom. Hey, Haiti, I'm your mom. And then, if we put in this last scene here, murders uncle to avenge his father, if we then say that Bluey over here is his pops and your father, that will make Haiti his uncle. So, then we have a wedding over here between Greenie and Bluey, both being lovers of color, were destined to be together. Don't kill Uncle, come on! My favorite is Haiti! We're killing him anyway. He might be your favorite. You might want Uncle to live. But I'm getting confused. It's kind of an all-over-the-place storyline here, but it'll make sense in the end, at the least, when Hades murdered, see? Because then the next step of what happens is that Haiti loved Greenie. So, Haiti, in order to remove his brother from the equation, because he wants to be with Greenie, kills him. Tiny holds a seance in order to speak to his father. Bluey. Tiny finds out that it was, his uncle that did this. Tiny then kills him. He wants revenge. He pushes him off the cliff. Something tells me Haiti doesn't need a reason to kill. I think it's just in his nature. Yeah, just kind of like Isabel and the Baron. It's just in their nature. They like to kill. I prefer Greenie, if you know what I'm saying. It's my favorite color. Das pointing over at his name too. See? See, green. Green. It may not be easy being green, but boy howdy, it's worth it. Duke shoots detective to avoid prison. All right, well. Then the Duke is going to... If you recall in the earlier story, even if the murderer has gun when confronted with detective, the detective will still win if they know that they did the murder. So what we need is for the murderer to know the detective knows. But we also need a reason for murder. So, well, we know that Duke does like gun. Duke is going to be the one. Is that it's going to be attempting the murder here. We have to give a reason for it. And since it gave us the king, we find out that, hey, the Duchess kind of likes the king. So, if we see, say, the Duke get angry about that, because he knows now he's going to want to kill somebody. But then, somebody else is going to witness this. The Duchess looks through the little peephole window set. And yeah, then she witnesses the Duke kill the king. So then, what happens next is that the Duke is going to witness the Duchess telling the detective about this, right? Because then the Duke will know that the detective knows, and he doesn't have the gun put away. He still has that. He's still back here behind the painting with his gun. So now, the Duke just shoots the detective before he can handcuff him. The Duke wins! Duchess still lives? The target of the romance? Dead? The one who can arrest him? Dead. Now the Duke can just grab the Duchess and run. Man, there's a lot of traffic in the ballroom, people! It's a popular place to hang out and peep on. That way you can get all of the juicy gossip. I bet you the Duchess originally is the one who wanted this peephole eyes put in. That way she would be able to peephole on through and hear all that sweet, juicy gossip amongst the other royals. That way she can be the prime source of gossip around. So if anyone wants to know anything, you get it from the Duchess. First try. Woo! And by the way, Wormy, hello. Hotels from one room to another never have good purpose. It depends on who's defining good, because in the situation of the Duchess wanting some sweet gossip, it's pretty good for her. I also did read that as hotel from one room to another, and it gives it a very different context. Holes from one room to another makes a lot more sense than hotels. Sucks being in a hotel room, and it's quite noisy on the other side of the wall. Knight and maid murder the monarchs and have an affair. If only this could be another storyline where we find out about the maid and the queen and get them together in the end, but I don't think we can. So we set out all of our affairs here. We can see what everybody thinks right now. We can see that we've got the knight who loves the queen. We got the maid who loves the king. We got the king who loves both the queen and the maid. And then we have the queen who loves the king. This one, filled with drama. A doorway is a hole from one room to another? It wouldn't make it bad then, or awkward to have a room from one hotel room to the other. I guess unless you're, say, friends with adjacent hotel rooms, maybe? Parents with children? Still arguing, nothing good! Okay, so we've got Knight and the maid. So we need to give people reason for murder firstly. So we see the queen, and she gets mad at seeing her beloved king hanging with the maid. So as a result, the queen locks up the maid. We also need to make sure that it is the knight and the maid killing the monarchs, not, say, the queen killing the king or the king killing the queen. We also need the reason for the knight and the maid to fall in love with one another. Say, for the knight to save the maid. She tells him, the queen did this, but I love the queen, what the heck? And I guess if they both need to have an affair, though, at the start? I guess we need to give the queen a reason to like the knight, yeah? Some hotels have that for families. I know when I was a small child that there was one hotel we had stayed at that had a larger room that had a door separating a little master suite area and the main living room area. But it wasn't literally two different hotel rooms. It was just one extra big hotel room. And Lawless. Alright. Have fun prepping for D&D. By the way, Dagnardio, hello, welcome. That's right. Trying to figure out how we can get lots of murder over here. Maximum amounts. We have to give everybody a reason to commit to their murder, too. We remove that scene. She brings up, can the monarchs have an affair? Does the affair have to be between a mismatch? The affair in this situation I feel like it's supposed to be the knight and the maid. I'm not sure it matters. I think it might just be everybody needs to have an affair, perhaps. And there are at least some innate rules, essentially, in, say, the knight and the maid murder the monarchs. That's one innate rule, is that you then can't have the queen or the king killing each other. They have to be killed by the knight and the maid. But hello, reality in use, and welcome. We just have to work out everybody a reason to commit affairs with each other and all. I'm pondering here. How can we work this out? We don't want the maid to die. Say, like, the queen brings up the king, kidnapping him. So then the maid maybe releases the king. And as a result, kills the queen. I'm not sure that this would quite work out, because he doesn't have a reason to lock up the king here. So maybe if the queen locks up the maid, and the knight rescues the maid, it will kind of pre-establish them here. And then the maid kills the queen because she doesn't like the fact that... No, she got locked up by the queen. So then, afterwards, we still have the king, who's upset. I like, you can't have the king and the knight together because, the king's only interest is women over here. Everybody be fucking, everybody be killing. It sounds just like the Game of Thrones. It doesn't work if you just pull people in the scene. Like in particular scenes, like, say, the first one, which we could do. Or as in, say, just a general option. Say if we had 2 scenes with people having affairs. Wait, if the knight gets rejected? Like, by the queen? We'd have to put this scene first, of course, before she's murdered. She's not interested. It does not make him want to kill the queen, because not every character is prone to murder. So even though he gets his heart broken by the king, and he still doesn't want to kill the king, he's still a good guy. He's still nice. Just as the Baron, you could put the Baron with anybody on the cliff, and the Baron would just go, hey, you're dead now. In earlier storylines. So all the different characters have, say, innate personality. So there are, I suppose, innate rules in that way. Also funny then is because when the king sees this, he's like, yay, my queen's so loyal! Even though he's not. So, 1, still keeping in mind we need a reason for them to not be together. Or for the knight and the maid to love each other. So the knight is going to need to save the maid at some point in order for them to fall in love with each other. So if, say, the maid sees this, the maid wouldn't want to kill anybody still, because the maid is not predisposed to murder right now. I have 0 clue how this works, because just murder the knight and the queen and let them have a ghost affair. I don't think we could have ghost affairs, but recalling some earlier events we had, how we can be ghosts and spook off of cliffs, that could be a method, maybe. But we can't have the ghosts get together. They won't love each other. They're ghosts. They like revenge, but I don't like love, I suppose. So we just need the queen to see this and be upset. I don't think we can have ghost affairs. I don't know, have you tried? I guess if we kill everybody, we would find out that way. The queen kills both the king and the maid. Wrong side. Hiya! And so if we put king and the maid out here, oh, they can be in love as ghosts together. I guess they can have ghost affairs. But at the same time, because they're both dead, they're technically not married anymore. So is it really an affair if nobody's married here? Have the queen witness. What? I've just brought them together in death. This is the opposite of what I wanted. Okay, so the queen puts away the maid. The knight releases the maid. Says the queen did it. I don't think the knight in any circumstance will still kill. However, maid will kill the queen. But we need to give the knight some reason to kill. Because we still have the the king around. The knight and maid are not married either, so is that an affair? I'm worried. You're good. You're good. Ah! They both need to have an affair. The main situation here is the queen needs to have a reason for it. So if the maid has an affair here, so then queen kills the maid. Actually, it would really need to be a kidnap situation. The queen kidnaps the maid. The king finds out about this, so now he hates the queen. They don't love each other anymore. So, as a result, the maid is going to kill the queen because she's unhappy that she got strung up like that. What if the maid has a double affair with the knight and then the king sees? Again, I suppose we need a reason for them to be together. And we don't right now. So we would need the maid to have a reason to not like the king, or for the queen to get offed later. We can do this. Wait, if the knight saves the maid, she'll like the knight? Yeah. Well, kind of, but the knight, see, the king is still here. So we need someone to kill the king, which isn't gonna hit. And even in this earlier state, she still rejects him, because now she just loves herself. It's all about the queen in this situation. Part of these innate rules of the characters is kind of what drives the order that we have to go in for everything. We just have to figure out what the right combo is exactly. Category 5, bait pitch moment. At the very least, I think the king needs to be killed. And we can't have the queen kill the king. We almost need to have the king killed later in the story, maybe, because we need the knight to have an affair first. Queen angry isn't important. Well, if we want murders to happen, I guess the king is willing to kill. But the only ones who will have an affair at the start are the maid and the king. Nobody else will. Knight and king? Or do they not feel that type of way? They do not. The king, only interested in women. So, how do we get them to have an affair here? We need to kidnap and kill. So if right now nobody has a reason to kidnap, nobody knows about affairs that's happening, everything feels very straightforward. So we have to find out firstly. Queen gets mad at them both, right? So then Queen will kidnap one of them. That way one of them will be mad at her too. So if the queen kidnaps the king, the maid saves the king, finds out what the queen did. I'm pausing. Maybe what we need to do is before anyone kills is that someone else is strung up. You can't make every character gay, homophobia. Earlier there was a lot, so honestly this character can't be gay because that breaks the game's mechanics. Is hilarious. The king so far has been the only one who has straight through a scene said, sorry, I only like ladies. Whenever we've had romance options come up. By the way, Donex, hello, welcome, and Pope, hello to you as well. How do we work through this story? I want drama. So, the maid rescuing the king. Now willing to kill. Maid kills the queen. But is there a reason? I guess then the king wouldn't have a reason to string anybody else up, so nobody really has a reason at this point to kill the king, except for the queen. And then it's the wrong person killing. I tell a story, I decide who's gay and who's not. Yeah, that's how it should be. And, Styrks? Hello and welcome, hi. Maybe they all jump off the cliff and find love as ghosts. That would be that would be dramatic. Ghost love! Trail Mix, hello, welcome to you too. And make the knight mad at the affair and then have him kill the king. The knight doesn't get mad at affair though, only the queen does. He doesn't care. He can see them in love with each other and go, oh, I'm sad, but that's it, that's all that happens. Queen sees both of them together. Queen kidnaps the maid. Like working through this slowly so I can kind of consider all these cases. Knight saves the maid. Queen still... No, she can't kill yet. The king could save the maid. It would make the king angry. The... The knight saves the maid? Maybe that's the case. Knight saves maid. Tells. Queen kidnaps the king. Makes queen angry. By the way, Mandroso, hello and welcome. Well, what if the knight is already dating? Then they have affair. Well, the problem is right now, the knight only cares about the queen. Queen has no interest. Doesn't matter. King kidnaps the queen. King needs a reason to kidnap the queen. So at the very start, he can't do that. So I suppose if we have the knight save the queen, so if they get mad at each other. So, if the queen gets the maid, the king frees the maid, so then the king can then capture or kidnap the queen, which upsets her, and he's like, dude, a maid. But then, the knight frees the queen, and so now she's like, dude, I love him. Then, the knight and the queen can have an affair. I don't think the maid will care in this case at all. She's just kind of angry because it's the queen. I feel like we have a little bit too many steps in what we need, though then again, the maid is able to have the affair with the king, and the knight is able to have the affair with the queen, and then the maid can kill the queen. Maid would not want to kill the king. And the knight doesn't want... The knight will kill the king, though, too. Frick the king! However, the issue here is that we then need the maid and the knight to get together in the end. And they don't have a reason to right now. So we need to remove some of the scenes that we have right now and add in extra. It's closer, but a bit too many. No one's left but them, but we're out of scenes at that point too, so we can't get the maid and the knight together. I think that's part of the problem here too, is that they need to be both present. Don't they come together out of necessity? Maybe the knight and the maid start the affair before the murder. Work backwards. So basically at the very end, put the knight and the maid together. They end up together in the end. This is quite the puzzle. This is the last one, so it makes sense that it's the most difficult. So, they work between these two scenes. The queen sees the maid. Another way to work through this, I suppose, is think about what we need to win. We need the queen to love the knight, that way they can have an affair with each other. And we need the knight and the maid to love each other. So there's like multiple steps of murder and kidnapping that need to occur in between. So in order to make it so that the queen will be willing to murder, or will be willing to kidnap people, that way there's other people that can be saved. Ghost love? I'm not sure if we have the frames for the knight and the maid to love each other in death, because at the very least, none of the ghosts will get together with someone who is alive. That method doesn't work. Because say if we kill the king in this circumstance, and then we have an affair between maid and king, it's just scary. I think you had it earlier with the double kidnapping. It's definitely something with double kidnapping. There is some kidnapping steps in here. That way we can have some romance that happens between some of the characters. We can also see how it affects things in the end. Say with this last scene, it removes the maid completely because she can't be kidnapped at the time. Okay. Why did he give them that voice? Sometimes I will give particular voices without thinking too hard, and then they'll end up sounding wacky. It's the chat voice, Little Gremlin. I guess that's often the case too, as I give chat gremlin voices. Hello! It's the chat voice, and I'm Donax. Hey, good voice there. I'm albino. Agreeing. Gremlin. Little Gremlin. Kidnap that Queen kidnaps the maid. Queen kidnaps the maid. And thank you for following Mandroso. Appreciated. Knight saves the maid. They fall in love. Sorry, they're not in love still. Because they still both just love the queen and the king. And we cannot have the queen killing the king. Because that breaks the requirement of that the knight and the maid are the ones murdering the monarchs. And you're saying that the last scenes, which are 6 and 7, these last two would both be cliffs. They would also both need to be the knight and the maid, because they're the ones that have to kill. Have to give reasons to kill. But we're able to kill one right now. But note too that even with the knight saving the maid at that earlier point, he doesn't love the maid. He's just heartbroken that the queen's dead now. It doesn't matter being told that, yo, he strung me up! Oh, that's not enough. Can they have a quick mid-story affair? Potentially, but we have to have the right characters available for a mid-story affair. If, say, we have the queen kidnapped by the king, we need the queen kidnapped is the issue, is because what we kind of need is for the knight to rescue the queen. That way the queen will fall in love with him, and that way she is willing to have an affair there. We need them to have an affair with each other. And damn, I should read the title before I answer. It's okay. So, they're mad at each other. Somebody needs to kidnap. And right now, nobody's gonna do that. Really, the king is not going to do that. Queen's going to have to do something first. So, if, say, the king is kidnapped by the queen, or, say, the queen kidnaps the maid, and then the king releases the maid is now mad at the queen, and the king is mad at the queen. So the king does not like the queen at all. And now that the queen is upset with that, the king will lock up the queen at this point. And in this situation, May doesn't need to murder anybody quite yet. King can't murder the queen at this point. So, then if the knight rescues the queen, they'll love each other. And he's mad, by the way, at the king. Wrong people. We need the queen and the knight to have an affair with each other. Has the knight saved at this point? No. I had an affair with the king and the queen at the same time. Damn, Goob. At the same time, it's just a threesome. I like them both being mad on this cliff. We still have the king in this situation. This is closer, but not quite there. I suppose one case that would work right, is if the queen kidnaps the king like this, it's going to make the king not like her. And then, if the maid releases the king, that'll make the maid mad at the queen, and also the king not like the queen. Nobody's captured quite yet. It's like there. We know that we need to kidnap so we can change people's feelings from each other, and then we need the cliffs for the murders to actually happen. We need to make the maid and the knight willing to kill. And Shakero, hello, welcome. I'm pretty sure the knight should be heartbroken earlier. Well, the knight being heartbroken, I'm not sure is going to be particularly important. Or maybe if you're saying in order for him to be willing to get with the maid later. Because say, even if we put this here, we say maid and knight. Even if the queen rejects the knight doesn't stop liking the queen. We don't need the knight to be heartbroken. And in order for the knight and the queen to have an affair, we have to have the knight rescue the queen, which means the queen needs to get kidnapped at some point, that way the knight can save her. But we also need the knight to be able to be killed by the queen. Is the knight and the queen having an affair necessary? Yes, knight and the maid murder the monarchs and have an affair. I think they need to. We also, and even if that case isn't necessary, the case that is necessary is still the knight and the maid having an affair with each other. But that also, they need to end up together. They need to have an affair. By the way, hello, Bulwat, and welcome. Let's see. I like looking back and forth like the lever's being cranked. Up, down, up, down, up, down with the cage. What if the knight sees the queen and king together? It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's sad, but it's not enough to make him do anything. He still say, when he's brought out with the maid, he still says, I love the queen. That's why it really needs to be the queen that sees, is that way she stops loving the king. And then she's willing to kidnap, because she's only the queen and the king. No, that's not true, because we can't have the maid capture the king, the queen, say. They are able to do that. I'm pretty sure I got the solution. Okay, do you want to offer it up then? As you're saying, I think I know. I'm pretty sure I got the solution. Here we go. Maid. It is certainly too many times, it seems, at the least. Affair, kidnap, clip, affair. So we've got the affair first, and we got a kidnapping, and then we need another kidnapping. So this is like you have to create the story that fits the description. Yes. We have to piece together these different panels in order to fit the criteria at the top of knight and maid, murder the monarchs, and have an affair. Of course, we can't have it be this situation. We can't have the maid capturing the king. Knight pushes him off. Queen pushes him off. There we go. The knight and the maid have to end up together in the end, but the knight does not need to have the affair with the queen. There we go. So, Queen peeping in the bushes because she likes to eavesdrop and peep. She's a little bit of a peeping Tom, always curious about the kingdom gossip. Accidentally happens upon the king and the maid one day. She doesn't like this. She liked the king, but this breaks her heart and makes her mad. How dare he cheat on me? So, as punishment, the queen kidnaps away the king. You'll say you can't cheat on me. However, the maid comes down to the dungeon and finds the king up in the cage, and the king says, "Dude, the queen did this to me." Maid does not like that. So the king, as punishment, also puts the queen in a cage. However, now that the queen has been caged, the knight comes by to rescue her, but gets mad at the king in the process. He does not like that the king has done this to the queen. He's no longer loyal to the king. So, he pushes the king off to avenge his queen, and the maid pushes the queen off to avenge her king. However, now that both the monarchs are dead, they only have got each other. They love each other now. My favorite bedtime story. The story of love and romance. Kind of weird how they are okay with killing the people they like. With each other. The thing is, Snud, hello by the way, is that they don't know. The knight doesn't know that the maid killed the queen. The maid doesn't know that the knight killed the king. They kept that secret. They just know that the monarchs have mysteriously fallen off of the cliff for reasons. They don't know who did it. They'd have to hold a seance to ask their ex-loves what happened. So, they love each other now. Because they're the only ones left, I suppose. The knight doesn't have the queen to love. The maid doesn't have the king to love, so hey, I guess I love you now. There we go. That's the end. The ceremony. Oh. They take the crown. Put the crown on the pedestal. Yeah, that's my crown now. I'm putting it on. This crown was made for me. The crown, oh, see? That's the shadow of me with the crown on head. See, you can even see as I look to the right page and look over the left page as my crown moves around. Marvelous. Throughout these pages, you created tales of love, ambition, intrigue, and vengeance. You have proven yourself worthy of the crown and the title of Storyteller. Now it is time to close this book, ponder out about the possibilities of the future, and go fill the pages of your own story. The end. Oh, look! A library of babble! Look at all the people who checked. William Shakespeare checked out this book. This book has been around for a long time. Well, and now 23rd March 2023. That would be me right there. And Mazo. Hi, hello, hey. William Shakespeare. Yeah, right. Wait a second. 23 March 2023? That's today! Woo! All right, and there we go. Storyteller is quite a short game. It's pretty well done, I think. The way it's all set up and the stories they have composed, a lot of people's dislike of it on, say, Steam was complaining that the game is awfully short, and honestly, it really is, as I flip over to it, because it's $15 full price on Steam, which is kind of on the more expensive side for what, a 2.5-ish, or even shorter if you're probably playing alone, length of a game. And some people did comment then that it would be neat if you were able to mod it to make your own little mod storylines and chapters. You know, work out your own little sets. Seemed okay for a stream. I don't know about free time playing. Yeah. Because additionally, it did feel like in, say, descriptions of Storyteller that there was going to be a little bit more free reign in the stories you create, but it's a lot more restrictive, ultimately. So, I do think having the ability to have community mods where they make their own little story sets you can solve would add a lot. If they had a little bit more variety in the potential stories you could weave together to solve the puzzles, it would definitely add a lot too, especially to replayability. Because even just those little achievement pieces that allowed you to alternatively solve these different puzzles was a nice touch, but still, especially for the fact that not every story had one. So I'd say overall, great game, great concept, and I would agree that overall it needs just a little something more. Otherwise, it does lean towards maybe being a little bit on the expensive side. What? There we go! That's Storyteller! Woo! Definitely was fun. I'm glad everybody came on by to watch. Thank you for those who have resubscribed, and thank you again, Mandreso, for the follow. For anyone else who has been hanging around, I appreciate you. A great audience. I applaud you. Did the queen ever get with the maid? No! See? A tragedy! We were never able to get the queen with the maid. It's a big loss. Big loss for the maid and the queen alike. Maybe we can write our own fanfic where they're together. Well, regardless. Tuesday, stream. Wednesday, dwarf stream. Getting near the end of wrapping up Dwarf Fortress as weekly stream. And Saturday, next Saturday, back to streaming. It was just yesterday that was canceled because I had some other plans I had to take care of. But now it's all done. Thank you everybody for coming on by and watching. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.